As you guys know, I do a lot of reviews, okay? So I've covered a lot of stuff from iPhones to tablets to whatever you want to call it. Everything but the kitchen sink, and I've probably reviewed one of those in my past. And one of the items that I really haven't even talked about this year was the Apple Watch. And today it's actually turning 4 years old. And here's the interesting thing. You know, there's like the Apple Watch Series 4, the Series 3, whatever. And you might look at my channel and you might think like, bro, this guy, all he does is just like buy the newest thing. And he talks so much about used technology, doesn't buy any, he uses whatever. He gets the Galaxy S10 and all this stuff. You guys might not believe it when I say this, but my main watch that I use every single day is the first Apple Watch that ever came out, okay? This is the Series 0. It's not even like the Series 1 or first or whatever. This is the Series 0 Apple Watch, okay? This is the watch that I use every single day. This is whatever, right? And a lot of you guys might be surprised to hear that. And today, the first Apple Watch actually turns 4 years old. So honestly, I believe this watch was way older than that for some reason. But we're going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit today. And this was the day when it was actually released to the public. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at it, see how it still holds up. And I figured today would be the best day to do this when it turns 4 years old exactly. And I want to get one thing out of the way, okay? This watch, in my opinion, there's not a whole lot wrong with it after my usage, okay? I've seen a lot of complaints online and a lot of people on Reddit. They're always saying, man, this thing is so slow. This thing is like unusable. I can't do this. I can't do that with it. The new ones are so much better. And to an extent, I agree with that, okay? The newest Apple Watch is the Series 4, the Series 3, which I probably will end up getting. They always say that those ones are better. And I agree with that. Those ones are better. But it really just depends what you're doing with the watch. With me specifically, all I literally do is check the time, check the notifications that I'm getting, and check my steps. If it can do those three things, I honestly don't care about anything else. I don't remember the last time I used a single app on this phone outside of the system ones. I never go in settings, I never go in messages. All I do is check things on here. I never actually do anything. I don't respond to notifications or anything. I don't take phone calls. So you could say I'm kind of an old head when it comes to Apple Watch series stuff. Is that to say this watch is perfect? Absolutely not. This thing isn't even supported by watchOS anymore, which I'm kind of salty about. That's one of the only main reasons why I will probably upgrade to the newer one. But so far, my usage of this has been perfectly fine. Like, all I do is those 3-4 things, maybe check temperature too. And the fact that not too much has improved in terms of the body, I mean, yes, the Series 4 looks better, but in terms of everything else, this is almost identical to the Series 3. So in terms of the outside, I would say this thing has pretty much held up. There's not a lot of ways they can go about upgrading a way a watch looks besides making the screen almost completely bezel, which the Series 4 did do. So that is a pretty cool thing right there. Now, in terms of the inside, I spent a lot of time talking about that. This thing had the Apple S1 chip, 8 gigs of storage, and half a gig of RAM. So in terms of that, I mean, you're pretty much expecting not so crazy usage. And like I said, I don't really do much on here. You know, I like the OLED screen. I like how this thing feels super premium still. There's actually some problems with it though, which is kind of surprising. The screens for a lot of people have popped out, which is kind of sad. My mom's screen popped out, and I had a lot of friends that had that happen too. Me personally, it hasn't happened yet, so I'm kind of lucky so far. But I kind of do want it to pop out so Apple can replace it if they still are doing it. But like I said, I should be getting a new one soon. The screen on the front was 1.65 inches. You know, it's 312 by 390. That's the resolution, which is kind of surprising. And a common thing and a common question I'll probably get is, how is the battery life holding up so far? And what I'll tell you is the battery life on my Apple Watch isn't bad. Right now, I woke up at like 6:45 a.m. It's 5 p.m. right now. I went through the whole day. I have like 6,000 steps and I'm at 58%. So that's really not that bad. A lot of complaints that I saw online was that the watch battery dies too fast and they'll have to charge it twice in a day or whatever. I don't really have that problem. And I'm on the latest version of watchOS that this thing supports. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's your specific unit, but on my unit, like I said, I use it every day and I'm at 58% still. So it's not that bad. And a thing that I would probably attribute this the most to, and the best comparison I can relate this to, is probably this and the Tesla Model S, okay? So you might be thinking, what does this have anything to do with the Model S, okay? What this has to do is, if you look at it now, a lot of people say it's unusable, it's old, it's clunky, it's this and that, it's not worth it. But with the first Tesla Model S that came out, which was the 2012 version, if you look at that and compare it to the newest one, you'll be like, obviously the newest one is better. The older one had so many problems, it's not worth it, it's this and that. But let me tell you this, the first gen Tesla Model S is it's years and years ahead of basically every other car, gas-powered car for that matter, that's out in the market. And yes, it's not perfect, and there's some things that the newer cars can do that the 2012 Tesla Model S can't do, but I would still probably pick that older Tesla Model S than a lot of newer cars. Not like the Ferraris or anything, but like some mid-range cars this year, I would probably end up getting the older Model S. And I kind of say that same thing here. Are you currently using like an older watch? a watch that probably can't even do much, even if it's digital, it's probably not that great. I would probably still recommend picking up an older first gen Series 0 Apple Watch if you don't do too much and if you don't demand that much. That's really the only small group of people that I would recommend the first Apple Watch to. If you're expecting anything more, if you're expecting to do more than just check the time, check the temperature, check your steps, and maybe even like check a notification here and there, then I would probably go recommend getting like a Series 2 at the minimum, which I will link in the description below. But so far, what I'll tell you is, since getting an Apple Watch, my life hasn't really improved that much, but I do like checking the steps. That is one thing that kind of keeps me motivated to like be healthier and stuff, so that's really cool. I think overall, Apple Watches are pretty cool, and the fact that it's 4 years old today is pretty surprising. Like I said, I probably wouldn't recommend getting the first one if you're expecting too much, but you know, if you like it, if you want to just try it out, these things are probably going for like $70. You can probably pick one up on eBay with a band, so that's probably where I'll leave that at. I'll leave a link in the description for an Apple Watch Series 2, as well as like a Series 4 if you just want to pick up the newest one. And every single sale that goes through those links, a little bit of that revenue comes back to the channel. You guys already know that. But do you currently own like an old Apple Watch, whether it's Series 0, Series 1, or Series 2 even? I mean, that's not that old, but if you do currently own any of those Apple Watches, let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear all your guys' stories about using an older Apple Watch and hearing if it's still good, if it's still bad for you. Let me know in the comment section below, but that is pretty much it. Hit that like button, that don't mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it don't mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.